Welcome back, fellow learners. Today, we're going to really dive deep into something I think we all do,
Yeah.
but we probably don't think too much about
Right.
bathing
Yes.
from ancient rituals to,
Modern shower.
modern showers. Yeah, just getting clean.
Absolutely.
So get ready to, soak in some fascinating history.
Lots to learn.
Now, did you know that Queen Elizabeth I only bathed
Really?
once a month?
Wow.
Or that Roman bath complexes were basically ancient malls,
Interesting.
complete with libraries and restaurants?
I did not know that.
We're going to uncover those stories and a lot more in this deep dive
I love it.
into the sudsy history of just getting clean.
It's true. Bathing is so much more than just hygiene.
Yeah.
It's really a window into social values, technology, even religious beliefs across time.
Right. So let's rewind all the way back to prehistoric times,
Okay.
before indoor plumbing.
Right.
How did our ancestors keep clean?
Well, they had to rely on natural water sources, right?
Right.
Rivers and hot springs.
Okay.
But it wasn't just a quick rinse and go.
Right.
Evidence suggests that they saw water as purifying,
Yeah.
even a spiritual force.
Interesting.
They used tools like scrapers made from bone
Oh, wow.
for grooming. So imagine a world without your faucets.
Yeah.
Water would have held a much deeper meaning back then, right?
It really makes you appreciate that hot shower, doesn't it?
For sure.
So even in prehistory, there's that link between water and ritual.
Exactly. And that connection to ritual becomes even more pronounced as we move into ancient civilizations.
Okay.
Like Mesopotamia, for example.
Okay.
Archaeologists have unearthed some of the earliest purpose-built baths there,
Oh, wow.
but they were mainly for ritual purification.
Okay.
Tied to religious ceremonies.
So more like a sacred space
Yes.
than just a quick scrub before dinner.
Exactly.
What about the ancient Egyptians? Weren't they pretty famous for their cleanliness?
Absolutely. Daily bathing was like the norm in ancient Egypt.
Oh,
They used water, of course, but also natron, which is a naturally occurring salt that acts a lot like soap, and even scented oils.
wow. Talk about an early spa experience.
Right.
Daily bathing thousands of years ago. That really puts my morning routine to shame.
I know.
Why were they so meticulous about cleanliness?
Well, cleanliness held both practical and spiritual significance for them.
Okay.
And it wasn't just the Egyptians. The Indus Valley civilization had the Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro,
Okay.
this massive public structure
Wow.
with its steps leading into a central pool shows how important communal bathing was to their society.
Like a pool party for an entire civilization.
You could say that.
I kind of like their style.
Yeah.
It's amazing how these ancient cultures incorporated bathing into their daily lives, but in such different ways.
Yeah, and speaking of incorporating bathing into daily life,
Yeah.
no one did it quite like the Greeks and Romans.
Right.
They elevated bathing to an art form.
Okay, now we're getting to the iconic bathhouses we've all seen in the history books.
Yes.
Togas, marble columns, the works.
Exactly. But before we get to those Roman megaspas,
Yeah.
let's start with the Greeks.
Okay.
They believed that bathing was essential for both physical and moral virtue.
Okay.
So a clean body,
Yeah.
a clean mind, a clean soul.
Wow.
It was all connected.
So it wasn't just about hygiene,
Yeah.
but about cultivating character.
Exactly.
Right.
And they didn't skimp on aesthetics either.
Okay.
Greek baths were often adorned with mosaics and sculptures.
Nice.
It was part of their overall appreciation for beauty and harmony.
Talk about a sophisticated soak.
Right.
But I have a feeling that the Romans took this whole bathing thing to a whole other level.
Oh, you bet they did. Roman bathhouses or thermae were like ancient leisure centers.
Oh, wow.
We're talking massive complexes with hot and cold baths,
Oh.
libraries, gardens, exercise areas,
Wow.
even theaters and restaurants.
Wait, libraries in bathhouses?
Yeah.
Were they reading scrolls while soaking in hot springs?
It might sound strange to us,
Yeah.
but for Romans, these thermae were social hubs for people of all classes.
Right?
They integrated bathing seamlessly into their daily lives.
Interesting.
And the entry fees were pretty affordable, making it accessible to most citizens.
So it wasn't just a luxury for the elite,
No, not at all.
but a part of everyday Roman life.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder what our modern gyms and spas are missing.
Right.
Maybe a philosophy lecture or a poetry reading by the jacuzzi?
Maybe the Romans were onto something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this golden age of bathing didn't last forever.
Oh, no.
After the fall of the Roman Empire, things took a bit of a dip, you could say.
A dip, you mean people stopped bathing?
Yeah.
After all those amazing bathhouses? What happened?
Well, during the Middle Ages, there was a decline in bathing in Europe.
Wow.
And this was due in part to shifting religious attitudes.
Okay.
Public bathing, especially for mixed genders, became associated with immorality.
Oh?
The focus shifted to spiritual purity rather than physical hygiene.
So all those Roman bathhouses suddenly went out of fashion?
Pretty much. Plus,
Yeah.
some medical theories at the time
Hmm.
claimed that bathing was actually harmful.
What?
Yeah, they believed it opened up your pores and made you vulnerable to diseases.
Wait, so they thought getting clean made you sick?
It seems counterintuitive to us now,
Yeah.
but that was the prevailing belief back then.
Wow.
So instead of regular baths,
Yeah.
people turned to perfumes, scented oils,
Okay.
and frequent changes of clothes to try and stay fresh.
Perfume instead of a shower.
Yeah,
I guess that's one way to mask body odor,
right.
but I'm not sure how effective it really was.
Well, it was the best they had at the time.
Okay.
But don't worry, bathing eventually makes a comeback.
Oh, good.
It's a real roller coaster of a hygiene journey.
Okay, I'm definitely intrigued. A decline and then a comeback. We'll be right back to find out how bathing gets back on track.
Yeah.
All right, so we left off with bathing taking a nosedive in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
How does it climb back into favor?
Well, during the Renaissance, there was a renewed interest in all things classical,
Right.
including including those glorious Greek and Roman bathhouses.
So a little bit of nostalgia for the good old days of soaking and socializing.
Exactly. Public bathhouses didn't quite make a comeback.
Right.
But elaborate private baths became a status symbol among the wealthy.
Okay.
Imagine marble tubs,
Ooh.
scented oils, a real luxury experience.
Definitely beats those medieval perfumes.
I think so.
But was this revival just a passing fad?
Not at all. This shift coincided with the Enlightenment
Okay.
and its emphasis on reason and science.
Yeah.
Physicians began to advocate for bathing as a way to improve circulation,
Okay.
cleanse the skin, and prevent disease.
But bathing went from being seen as dangerous to being prescribed for good health. That's a pretty dramatic turnaround.
It really is. And plus,
Yeah.
soap-making technology advanced significantly during this time.
Ooh.
So luxurious soaps made with ingredients like olive oil and herbal extracts
Nice.
became highly sought after. It was like the early days of the beauty industry.
Wow. From fearing water to fancy soaps. What a journey.
I know, right?
So are we finally at the point where daily bathing becomes the norm?
Not quite yet, but we're getting closer.
Okay.
The 19th century saw some key technological innovations that paved the way for modern bathing practices.
Right.
We're talking about early plumbing systems and even the first rudimentary showers.
So that's where showers enter the picture.
Yeah.
It's amazing how technology shapes even the most basic parts of our lives.
It really does. And then, of course, the Industrial Revolution
Yeah.
and rapid urbanization in the 19th and 20th centuries
Right.
really pushed bathing into the mainstream.
I can see how crowded cities would make hygiene a major public health concern.
Absolutely. Cleanliness became linked to disease prevention and overall well-being.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about physical health either, you know,
Oh.
with factories and offices becoming the norm.
Yeah.
Being clean also became associated with professionalism
Okay.
and respectability.
So a clean worker was a productive worker.
Precisely. And let's not forget the power of advertising.
Oh, right.
Companies started marketing soap and personal hygiene products with catchy slogans and campaigns.
I see.
You know, linking cleanliness to beauty, success, even social status.
So the daily bath went from a luxury to a necessity,
Yeah.
driven by technology, public health concerns, and savvy marketing.
Yeah.
Fascinating, but I'm curious,
Yeah.
have bathing habits always been the same across different cultures?
That's a great question. And the answer is definitely no.
Yeah?
Bathing practices are incredibly diverse around the world.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure, take Japan, for example.
Okay.
Public baths, or sento,
Okay.
and hot springs, or onsen, have been a central part of Japanese culture for centuries.
Interesting.
They're viewed as places for relaxation, socialization, and even spiritual purification.
It sounds more like a ritual than just a quick wash.
Exactly. And an interesting custom is that people wash thoroughly
Okay.
before entering the bath to keep that shared water clean.
Right, right.
So it's a very communal and mindful approach to bathing.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about other parts of the world?
Yeah.
How does bathing vary?
Well, in Europe, daily showers are pretty common,
Okay.
but there are regional differences based on climate and tradition.
Okay.
So Southern Europeans might shower more often due to the warmer weather,
Right.
while those in Northern Europe might bathe a little less frequently.
So even within a continent, there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. Then you have the Middle East and North Africa,
Okay.
where hammams, or traditional steam baths,
Right.
have been popular for centuries.
Yeah.
They involve steaming, scrubbing, and rinsing,
Okay.
often with a special black soap.
Interesting.
And it's as much of a social event as it is a cleansing ritual.
It sounds invigorating, but I imagine in parts of the world facing water scarcity,
Yeah,
bathing practices are quite different.
absolutely. In many developing countries, water is a very precious resource.
Like,
So people might bathe less frequently
okay.
or use bucket baths to conserve water.
It's a good reminder that something we take for granted is a luxury for many.
Yes, it is.
So we've gone from ancient rituals to modern conveniences.
Yeah,
But it seems our views on bathing are still evolving.
they are.
What are some of the modern perspectives on bathing?
Well, dermatologists are raising concerns about excessive bathing.
Okay.
All those hot showers and harsh soaps
Yeah.
can actually strip away the skin's natural oils, leading to dryness and irritation. So they're recommending shorter, lukewarm showers and gentler cleansers.
So less is more when it comes to scrubbing up.
In some cases, yes.
And we're also becoming more aware of the environmental impact of our bathing habits.
Yeah.
Right? All that hot water doesn't come for free.
Exactly.
Are there ways to make our bathing routines more eco-friendly?
Absolutely. Things like low-flow shower heads,
Okay.
shorter showers, and even alternative practices like dry shampoo are becoming increasingly popular.
So we're starting to see a shift towards more mindful and sustainable bathing practices.
Exactly. And with that, we've come full circle
Right.
from ancient rituals
Yeah.
to modern anxieties.
It's amazing how something as simple as bathing has such a rich and complex history,
Right.
reflecting our changing values, technology, and understanding of the world.
Definitely.
I know. Who knew there was so much to learn about getting clean?
Right.
And speaking of learning,
Yeah.
it seems we've only scratched the surface of this sudsy subject.
Yeah.
You know, for all the technological advances and the cultural shifts we've talked about,
Yeah.
there's one aspect of bathing that seems
Timeless.
timeless. Yeah.
Right.
The idea of bathing as a form of self-care
Oh, yeah.
and relaxation. A long hot bath is still the ultimate way to unwind
Absolutely.
and de-stress.
Yes.
Even with all our modern distractions, there's something inherently soothing about immersing yourself in water.
There really is, and there's science to back that up.
Okay.
Studies have shown that warm baths can have a positive effect on mood and even relieve muscle tension.
Interesting.
It's like a warm hug
Yeah.
for your body and mind.
I like that.
Yeah,
So bathing is both ancient and modern,
it is.
practical and therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's woven into the fabric of human history and personal well-being.
It really is, and it makes you wonder, what does the future of bathing hold?
Right. What will we see?
Yeah, will we see even more high-tech,
Yeah.
eco-friendly showers?
Or like a return to communal bathing experiences.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Maybe we'll all have those sauna showers from Star Trek.
Right.
Who knows?
That would be interesting.
But seriously,
Yeah.
it's fascinating to think about how our values,
Yeah.
technology.
Our understanding of hygiene.
Yeah.
How those will shape our bathing practices.
This deep dive has definitely made me appreciate the history and complexity
Me too.
of something I usually take for granted.
Absolutely. It's a great reminder that even the most everyday activities
Yeah.
have fascinating stories to tell.
Well said. And who knows, maybe this will inspire some of our listeners to rethink their own bathing routines.
Yeah.
Maybe a shorter, cooler shower
Yeah.
or a luxurious soak with some aromatherapy
Ooh, I like that.
is in order.
Right. Or maybe even a trip to a traditional Japanese onsen.
Ooh, yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
That's the beauty of learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It opens up a whole new world.
Possibilities.
So to all our fellow bath enthusiasts out there,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep learning, and
Uh-huh.
keep those baths both enjoyable and sustainable.
And if you come across any interesting bath time trivia,
Yeah.
be sure to share it with us.
We love a good bath time story.
We do.
Until next time.
Happy bathing, everyone.